Smash the like button if you're smart enough to understand that professional wrestling is simulation combat and that every finisher can hurt you in real life if you don't know how to work the move.
Once again, how come I'm the only one who is objective in the IWC? I did not want Jay to win the Royal Rumble, but I get it. He's over, so why not give it to Jay? He sells the most merch. Right now, he gets the biggest reactions, so it made the most sense. My choice was Rocky Maivia, Logan Paul, and CM Jump, but let's move on. Why are you nitpicking Jey Uso? Some idiot told me that Jay is not a main eventer because he has a weak finisher. He told me he is not a main eventer because he does the super kick and he does a superfly splash. That same splash that made him a multiple time tag team champion and future Hall of Famer. So what the fuck are you talking about? So just say Shawn Michaels was not a main eventer. Also, Shawn Michaels also did a splash off the top rope. Who else? Bronson Reed. A lot of people do a splash off the top rope. But let's dissect that dumbass comment. Just say you're a mark without saying you a mark. Wrestling is a fucking work, right? It's a work. To say this guy has a weak ass finisher for a main eventer. Just say you a mark without saying you a mark. Because every move is worked. That's what they mean. Fake pro wrestling is a work. Somebody told me, if Finn Balor wants it to hurt you, he can, right? His finisher is a stomp off the top rope, but he works it. Do you know what that means, man? He works it, which means he can hurt you if that was a shoot. He can crack your fucking ribs if he did not work it. That's what I mean. Jey Uso can hurt you with his super kicks if he did not work it. Fun fact, in the world of martial arts, there is no such thing as a super kick. It is called a sliding side kick. That's what that's called. Every week in martial arts class, I do that same move every fight. And guess what? People are smart to move out the way. Why? Because if I land that kick, I can knock you out. If I were to land a super kick to your fucking face and I did not work it, I can knock you out. Wrestling is simulation combat. That's what it is. Fake pro wrestling is simulation combat, which means if Jay was to really jump off the top rope and give you a splash and not work it, that guy can hurt you. He's 250. Let's talk about Jacob Fatu. There's a reason why every time Jacob Fatu does the springboard flip off the top rope, he always lands on his knees because he is trying to protect his opponent. That's called a work. He's working that moonsault. That moonsault is a work. But if Jacob Fatu did not land on his knees, he will hurt you. So in hindsight, every finisher can hurt you. In hindsight, there's no such thing as a weak finisher. Every finisher in fake pro wrestling can hurt you. It's just they are working you. Let's talk about the Big Show heart punch. If the Big Show really wanted to, he can hurt you if he did not work the heart punch. Do you see what I'm saying now? Do you get it? Every move is a work. In real life, everybody's finisher can hurt you, especially the super kick. Ask Bret Hart. He will tell you Shawn Michaels was very stiff on his super kicks. So just imagine if Shawn did not work those kicks. Once again, you dumb kids, fake pro wrestling, it's fight simulation, right? Where they are doing moves on each other that in real life, those moves can hurt you, but it's fake pro wrestling. So they gotta work it to keep each other safe. So let's go back to what I was saying about me in martial arts class. I'm always doing the super kick all the time. I'm on video doing the super kick to other students. But guess what, bitch? They move out the way. Why? Because the super kick hurts if the kick was to land on their fucking face. So to say Jay has a weak finisher, the super kick, he has a weak finisher, the splash off the top rope. Okay, let's talk about Jimmy Snuka. That guy was over 250, big, jacked up. By saying that that's a weak finisher, okay, would you want to lay there and take that finisher? Would you? Okay, let's tell Jimmy, hey Jimmy, don't work it. Don't land on your knees. Just go full body, full force to this mark to teach him a lesson that this move can hurt you if you don't work it. People say, oh, the leg drop from Hollywood Hogan, that's a weak finisher. Yes, because he works it. Hogan is not trying to hurt you. This is fake pro wrestling. Combat simulation. Do you get it now? Do you know what combat simulation is? It is a performing art. It's not meant to be real. It's not meant to hurt. It's combat simulation. Meaning in real life, if we don't work these punches, if we don't work these kicks, these moves can hurt our opponents in real life. Hence why every show, the World Wrestling Federation, they tell you, do not try this at home because you are not a professional. You don't know how to work these moves. In real life, a pedigree can hurt you. In real life, a rock bottom can hurt you. In real life, a stone cold stunner can hurt you. In real life, a tombstone power driver can hurt you. In real life, Shawn Michaels can kick your fucking head off if he doesn't work the super kick to your fucking face. Do you get it? So, in hindsight, there's no such thing as a weak finisher. Bronson Reed also does a splash off the top rope. Okay, big man. Okay, tough guy. Would you want to take a splash from Bronson Reed at 400 pounds off the top rope? Just imagine if Bronson Reed did not work it. Just imagine if Bronson Reed did not land on his knees. He could crush your fucking ribs. So please, don't say dumb shit. Just say you are not an athlete. That's all. It's quite simple. Just say, you know what? I have no athletic ability. Just say you can't relate to Bronson Reed, Shawn Michaels, Jey Uso because you are not an athlete. You don't know how a super kick works. You don't know how painful it is to take a splash off the top rope. I swear, that really pissed me off. But thank you for the content because that comment really pissed me off. To say a super kick is a bad finisher, bitch, the super kick is a martial arts move. And it's not called a super kick. It's called a sliding side kick. And to say a splash off the top rope, that's a weak finisher? I'm like, bro, just shut the fuck up. Don't watch me because I don't want dumb people watching me. Have you ever watched a fake pro wrestling match and said to yourself, man, in real life, if that guy did not work that move, he could really hurt you in real life. In real life, if Kevin Owens wanted to, he can break Cody Rhodes' neck with the cradle power driver. If Kevin Owens wanted to, he can break Sami Zayn's neck with the cradle power driver. Do you get it? You gotta give Kevin Owens his props. He knows what the fuck he's doing. He worked that cradle power driver. But in real life, let's say a amateur was to do that move, that amateur can break their neck. Because in real life combat, a cradle power driver can break your neck. In real life combat, that is not simulation. If you are not a fake pro wrestler, shut the fuck up. If you are not a martial artist, shut the fuck up. If you are not a high level athlete, shut the fuck up. You don't know anything about the physics on what it takes to become a fake pro wrestler. It's very hard. And for you to say a super kick is a weak finisher, that's like saying Shawn Michaels was not a main eventer. I'm like, bro, you watch too much Young Bucks. You watch too much Brian Cage. You watch a little bit too much of Adam Coleslaw. They killed the super kick. But if Adam Coleslaw really wanted to hurt you with that super kick, he can. When Shawn Michaels was in his prime, nobody was saying, oh, Shawn Michaels has a weak finisher. No, Shawn Michaels was taking people's heads off with his super kicks. That's my point. Shawn was stiff. Once again, fake pro wrestling, it's combat simulation. Meaning these fake pro wrestlers are simulating moves that can hurt you in real life if you don't work those moves, if you are not a professional. So yes, Jey Uso does not have a weak finisher. I dare you to take a super kick to your fucking face and tell me, oh yeah, this is a weak move. I dare you to lay there and take a splash from Jacob Fatu if he does not land on his knees, if you think the splash is a weak move. All right, let me tell you a fun backstory. Fun fact, did you know that Macho Man Ray Savage, he broke Diamond Dallas Page's ribs from an elbow drop off the top rope? But you are saying that a splash off the top rope is weak? Hold on. Randy Savage broke DDP's ribs, and that's why DDP wore tape around his ribcage.